Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you and welcome to the channel. Hope all of you are doing well. As you are aware, we are preparing questions based on the UPSC pattern, the previous year questions of UPSC. We are targeting that as the upper PCS of UKPSC is going to follow the same pattern that of UPSC. Alright, so there can be questions from UPSC previous year questions. There could be repetitions. So let's start the lesson today. Today we are going to cover Indian polity. If you haven't watched the earlier videos, in the first lesson we covered questions from ancient history. In the second lesson we covered questions from geography. Today we'll be covering polity, approximately 20 questions. Okay, we are taking it slow because we still have time, but not that slow कि ठीक है छूट जाए कुछ भी. Okay, we'll try to cover as much as possible. Alright, so let's start. So the first question that we have is, which of the following are extra constitutional and extra legal devices for securing cooperation and coordination between the states in India? Okay, so extra constitutional means it is not mentioned in the constitution. If you are aware of the fact that the interstate council, it is mentioned in the constitution, it is given in article 263. All right, article 263 talks about the interstate council. So as a result, option number 4 gets eliminated. That leaves us with two questions, 1 2 and 1 2 3. So zonal councils is obviously an extra constitutional extra legal device, so the correct answer for this question is option number B. All right, moving on to the next question. Which of the following are matters on which a constitutional amendment is possible only with the ratification of the legislature of not less than one half of the states? Okay, so this means that without the ratification of the states, these constitutional amendments are not possible. So if you are aware of the fact that abolition of the legislative council in a state, okay, we are talking about the legislative council of one state. So what does it have to do with the other states? Whether half the states of the entire country have to ratify that? That makes no sense, all right? So as a result, option number 4 gets eliminated because we are just talking about one state. So if that state's legislative assembly is saying yes, okay, abolish the legislative council of that particular state, so the parliament can do so. All right, so as a result, option number 1 is the correct answer. So let's read the correct answers. So election of the president requires the ratification. The representation of states in the parliament also requires the ratification, and also list in the 7th schedule is also requiring the ratification by one half of the states. All right, now question number 3. Article 156 of the Constitution provides that a governor shall hold office for a term of 5 years from the date on which he enters upon his office. Which of the following can be deduced from this? No governor can be removed from office till completion of his term. Obviously not, because there are so many governors who are not able to complete their tenure. Okay, they are either transferred or even removed, right? And next question is, no governor can continue in office beyond 5 years. This is also not correct, because what happens is that if a second tenure is given to the governor, so obviously the office goes beyond 5 years, and apart from that, until and unless there is a successor, so that particular governor continues. All right, so neither one, neither two, none of the following answers are correct. Next question is, which of the following are matters on which a constitutional amendment is possible only? Okay, so this question has been given twice. All right, this has already been asked in question number 2, so there's a repetition. So obviously you are aware of the correct answer, that the correct answer is option number 1. All right, next question. Which of the following which is not explicitly stated in the Constitution of India but is followed as a convention? Okay, so it is not explicitly stated in the Constitution. Correct answer for this is option number 2, that the prime minister has to resign if he loses the majority in the lower house. Okay, this is not mentioned in the Constitution. This is very important because this is a very, you can say, a practice that has been going on, a convention, but it is not mentioned in the Constitution because we are aware that if by chance the prime minister loses the majority, there are so many cases wherein a no confidence motion is, brought to the parliament, brought to the Lok Sabha. But and if by chance the prime minister is not able to show majority, then he has to resign and the government has to be reformed. All right, so this is something which we think that, okay, it might be given in the Constitution, but it is not mentioned specifically in the Constitution. It is just a convention. Okay, so this is very important, keep that in mind. Next question is, which of the following was not proposed by the 73rd constitutional amendment in the area of Panchayati Raj? Okay, so did it? Let's go through all the options. 33% and non 30% seats in all elected rural local bodies will be reserved for women candidates at all levels. Okay, this has been mentioned. Next question, next option. The states will constitute their finance commissions to allocate resources to the Panchayat Raj institutions. This is also correct. The Panchayati Raj functionaries will be disqualified to hold their offices if they have more than 2 children. Okay, this is not mentioned, okay, but it is followed in certain states, like in case of Rajasthan. All right, and but this is not something which has been brought about by the 73rd constitutional amendment. All right, this is a norm that is applied in Rajasthan, Haryana, MP, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. So option number C will be the correct answer. Finally, the election will be held in 6 months' time if Panchayati Raj bodies are superseded or dissolved by the state government. This is correct, all right. So this with this states which was not proposed is the thing, is the keyword out here. So option number C will be the correct answer. Next question is, two statements have been given, assertion and reason. We have to find out accordingly. So the reservation of 33% seats for women in parliament and state legislature does not require a constitutional amendment. Does not require, okay, it requires. Obviously it is requiring the amendment, because only then it will be possible to provide reservation for the women. But the second option, that is political parties contesting elections can allocate 33% of seats they contest to women candidates without any constitutional amendment. Obviously if 33% seats are given to the women, then there's no need of constitutional amendment. So that makes assertion wrong and reason is correct. So option number D will be the correct answer. Next question is, the president shall not be a member of either house of the parliament. All right, this is correct because it is already mentioned in article number 59. Okay, article number 59 states this, that president shall not be a member of either house of the parliament. Then option number 2, the parliament shall consist of the president and 2 houses. So this is also correct. So as a result, option number B becomes the correct answer. All right. Then so this is the preamble that has been mentioned, and then they are asking what does X stand for. Finally, it states that in our Constituent Assembly this date do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves. So if you are aware of this answer, then the correct answer is 26th day of November 1949. Okay, so option number B is the correct answer for this. Next question, which of the following schedules of the Constitution of India contains provisions regarding Anti-Defection Act? Now this is the 10th schedule. All right, if you have to remember the schedules, there is this way in which you can go for it. Okay, this tiers of old PM, right? This is the way in which you can learn it. First is T. T stands for territories. Then we have the emoluments. Okay. Then we have the affirmations and oaths. Then we talk about the Rajya Sabha. Then we have the scheduled areas. Then we have other scheduled areas. Then we have the federal list. Then we have the official languages. Then we have the land reforms. Then we have the anti-defection. Then we have the parliaments. The Panchayati Raj institutions, and then we have finally the municipalities. Okay, so these are the 12 schedules. You can learn it in the form of tiers of old PM. Okay, this is the way you can learn it. Next we have the Constitution of India recognizes. So Indian Constitution recognizes both religious as well as linguistic minorities. Okay, but it does not define it does not define the term minority, but it recognizes religious and linguistic minorities. There is no concept or there is no mention of ethnic minorities. Okay, so option number C will be the correct answer. Next is, amendment to the constitution can be initiated by. Okay, amendment can be initiated by both the Lok Sabha as well as the Rajya Sabha. So option number D is the correct answer. Right. Next question is, which of the following regarding the representation of people Amendment Act 1996, what is the correct statement? All right. So first statement states that any conviction for the offence of insulting the Indian national flag or the Constitution of India shall entail disqualification for contesting elections to Parliament and state legislatures for 6 years from the date of conviction. Now, why is this question important? Because recently you are aware that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he first of all is no longer a member of the Parliament because he's been disqualified, and he's been disqualified from contesting elections for next 6 years. Okay, so this becomes important. There could be a repetition or there could be a question regarding this. Next question is that next statement is that there is an increase in the security deposit which the candidate has to make to contest the elections. All right, this is also correct. The parliament can now stand for election. A candidate can now stand for election from more than one parliamentary constituency. Okay, cannot stand. All right. So what is it saying? That a person cannot stand for election. So if you are aware, then even Mr. Rahul Gandhi recently he contested the election from 2 constituencies. One was in Amethi and the other was one was from Kerala. All right. So he lost in Amethi, but he won from Kerala. Okay, so at present his seat has been vacated because of his disqualification. So this statement is incorrect. Okay, so let's see where option number 3 is there. All will be negated. So that is option number B is the correct answer. So that means that option number 4 or the statement number 4 is correct. No election will now be countermanded on the death of a contesting candidate. All right, this is correct. Next we have question number 14. It is talking about the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act 1992, and it states, So obviously 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act was regarding the Panchayati Raj institutions. So option number C becomes the correct answer for this. Then next we have, which article of the Constitution provides that it shall be the endeavour of every state to provide adequate facility for instruction in the mother tongue at the primary level of education. So option number C, Article 350A talks about this. Alright. Next is, which of the following statements correctly describes the fourth schedule? So right now we talked about the tiers of old PM. So we talked about the fourth one, that is talking about the Rajya Sabha. Alright. So if you are aware that Rajya Sabha is also known as the Council of States. So as a result, option number D, that is allocation of seats in the Rajya Sabha or the Council of States, becomes the correct answer. Talking about 17th question, there's this match the following. Okay, so the constitutional 69th Amendment Act, it was regarding according the status of NCT, that is National Capital Territory, to India, right? To Delhi, sorry. So A का 5 हो जाएगा. Now that makes it कि या तो आपका option A सही है या option number C सही है. Let's see the other things. So constitutional 75th Constitutional Amendment Act was regarding the establishment of states level rent tribunals. Okay, तो B का 1 है. Next, the constitutional 18th Amendment Act. This was about the accepting the recommendations of the 10th Finance Commission, and the constitutional 83rd Amendment Act was regarding no reservations for scheduled caste in the Panchayat of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, so as a result, option number A is the correct answer. If a new state of the Indian Union is to be created, which of the following schedules of the constitution must be amended? So first of all, we are talking about the territories. So जैसा अभी आपको बताया था मैंने schedules के बारे में. First is territories. So obviously article number or the schedule number 1 will have to be amended. Okay. Next, question number 19. Match the following है again. सो इसमें ऐसा है कि आर्टिकल 54 पूछा हुआ है. तो आर्टिकल 54 इज रिगार्डिंग द इलेक्शन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्योंकि अभी रिसेंटली हमारे जो है मिसेस द्रौपदी मुर्मू हैज बीन इलेक्टेड एज द प्रेसिडेंट. तो दिस बिकम्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो ये ध्यान रखना है. आर्टिकल 54 इज रिगार्डिंग द इलेक्शन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. आर्टिकल 75 इज रिगार्डिंग द अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर. तो देखो 75 जो है वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए है, 54 जो है वो प्रेसिडेंट के लिए. आर्टिकल 155 इज रिगार्डिंग द गवर्नर का अपॉइंटमेंट, एंड आर्टिकल 164 इज रिगार्डिंग द सीएम एंड काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स का अपॉइंटमेंट. ओके, सो एज अ रिजल्ट ऑप्शन नंबर ए इज करेक्ट. तो ये चार के चार आर्टिकल्स बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. एक बार और इसको रिवाइज कर लेते हैं. आर्टिकल नंबर 54 इज रिगार्डिंग द इलेक्शन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया. आर्टिकल नंबर 75 इज रिगार्डिंग द अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ द प्राइम मिनिस्टर. आर्टिकल 155 इज रिगार्डिंग द गवर्नर्स अपॉइंटमेंट, एंड आर्टिकल 164 इज रिगार्डिंग द अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ द सीएम एंड काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स ऑफ अ स्टेट. ओके, एक चीज यहाँ पर ऑब्जर्व करने के लिए ये भी है कि आप देखो 75 and 164 PM CM. Okay, then 54 155 president and governor. Okay, तो देखो 154 और 155 there is a difference of 101, and यहाँ पर आपका जो है आप इसको कोरिलेट कर सकते हो इस तरीके की. ठीक है, 54 था 155 था, तो वो प्रेसिडेंट और गवर्नर के एसोसिएशन था. देन सिमिलरली 75 और 164 की अगर मैं बात करूँ तो दैट इज फॉर सीएम एंड PM एंड CM respectively. Okay, talking about question number 20. Which of the following amendments to the Indian Constitution empowers the President to send back any matter for reconsideration by the Council of Ministers? So this is 44th Constitutional Amendment. Okay. Finally, question number 21, the last question for the day. 93rd Constitutional Amendment deals with what? So it is dealing with free and compulsory education for all children between the age of 16 and 14 years. Option B is the correct answer. अब आज हम लोगों ने जो है 21 क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करे. तो इससे हमें क्या चीज़ें देखने को मिली. सबसे पहली बात तो आपका देखो शेड्यूल्स बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. वी हैव टू लर्न मग अप बेसिकली टीयर्स ऑफ ओल्ड पीएम. What stands for what? They are asking direct questions. Ki what schedule stands for what? Secondly, they are asking questions from the constitutional amendments also. So, and important articles also. We need to learn all these important articles that have been mentioned, like 54, 75, 155, 164, and then constitutional amendments. All right. For example, the 69th constitutional amendment, 75th constitutional amendment, 18th, 83rd. Okay, and so on. सो एंड देयर आर अदर कॉन्सेप्ट्स जो कि हमें लगता है कि हाँ वी टेक इट फॉर ग्रांटेड. फॉर एग्जांपल ऐसा लगता है कि हाँ प्राइम मिनिस्टर अगर अपनी मेजोरिटी प्रूव नहीं कर पाए तो ऑब्वियसली उनको रिजाइन करना पड़ेगा. बट दैट इज नॉट मेंशन इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. दैट इज अ नॉर्म दैट इज बीइंग फॉलोड, लेकिन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में स्पेसिफिकली मेंशन नहीं है. ठीक है, तो एज अ रिजल्ट पॉलिटी इज समथिंग जिसको आप अभी से प्रैक्टिस करोगे, लर्न करोगे आर्टिकल्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट्स, तभी आप वहां पर जाकर के आंसर कर पाओगे. ओके, बिकॉज देयर कुड बी errors that you can make if you do not know the exact answer. इसलिए this is a very important subject and इससे बहुत सारे questions आने की संभावना भी है, and आते भी हैं अगर आपने previous questions को analyze किया. even UKPSC से related अगर आपने questions देखे तो पॉलिटी के questions बहुत ज़्यादा पूछे जाते हैं. alright, so as a result this makes this particular subject very important. okay, so we need to focus on that. तो we'll do the questions, बाकी के questions next video में करेंगे. okay, so till then keep preparing and just keep up your hard work. okay, you'll obviously be rewarded in the end. Okay, so that's it for today. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care. And always remember that whatever exam you're preparing for, you can do it. Okay, we'll meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.